Anyone who faithfully watches Snow Tracks TV knows we run some of the best contests and sled giveaways in the industry, and many of them are in conjunction with Arctic Cat. The first contest we ran with Arctic saw the winner go home with a brand new limited edition ZR6000 Tucker Hibbert race replica sled, which is cool, but there was more. Not only did you win the replica sled, but you won serial number 02. Tucker got number 1, you got the next one in line. The winner also got an all-expenses-paid trip to Thief River Falls to ride with Tucker himself and a number of other Arctic Cat legends like Joey Hallstrom and Roger Skime. The next contest saw the winner take home a brand new ZR8000RR, but again, there was so much more involved. We flew the winner and his brother to Arctic Cat's top-secret 2016 new product photo shoot, where both the winner and his bro got to ride for the cameras and actually ended up in the Arctic Cat brochure the following season. Of course, both these winners got to ride with the Snow Tracks crew and were featured in a story on Snow Tracks TV and in Super Tracks magazine. You know, just to prove to their buddies that it was actually real. For 2016, we wanted to ramp things up a notch even further, so we sat down with the Arctic Cat crew over a year ago and hashed out a new contest. This one offered not only a sled, a trip to ride with the pros, and a chance to be on TV, but the sled would be completely customized on the show using a long list of parts and accessories from the Arctic Cat catalog. Pretty cool, right? Well, we thought so. But to take the contest to the final level of uber awesomeness, we doubled everything, so there would be 2 winners. We called it the Dream Ride. There's no question this is the best contest we've ever run. AJ built the 2 sleds, an M8000 Limited and an XF8000 Limited, in the Trail Tech shop using an unlimited number of Arctic Cat parts and accessories. When the sleds were complete, they were showcased at trade shows and events all over North America. Tens of thousands of people entered online at trade shows using ballots found in Super Tracks magazine and of course at their local Arctic Cat dealer. After all the entries were consolidated and verified, it was time to pick a winner. So we reached into that huge vat of entries and picked 2 names, Dana Ulrich and Justin Balkos. Lucky for us, Dana, who won the M8000, actually does ride in places this sled will shine. He travels to the mountains a few times a year and spends a lot of time off trail in the UP of Michigan. Justin rides only an hour from the Snow Tracks TV headquarters on many of our favorite trails, so the XF was the perfect sled for him. With a new set of Fox shocks up front, new skis, and a long list of other super cool upgrades, Justin's XF8000 is perfectly set up for riding trails and running lakes in Ontario, Canada. Dana's new M8000 Limited got a nearly complete overhaul. The entire front end was replaced with Arctic's new Bone Spindle and Fox Evol shocks replaced the Float 3s, and a new set of skis rounded out the package. Out back, AJ installed new running boards, a new rear bumper, new Evol track shocks, and the complete 3-inch track and driver setup from the 2016 models. In the end, this M8000 was transformed from a great mountain sled into an outstanding one that I know will take Dana anywhere he wants to go in the mountains or the UP of Michigan. The final aspect of this contest was the ride. We wanted to make sure the winners went home with not just the sled, but a brain jammed full of memories that will last a lifetime. The question was, where do we go and who do we ride with? And the answer was easy. Of all the people I've had the great pleasure of riding with over the years, there's no question the 2 I've had the most fun with is Rob Kincaid and Dave McClure. From here on out, lovingly referred to as Rob and Dave. My last trip with these guys gave new meaning to the word epic. Snow coming over the hood, unbelievable mountain terrain, and an overall great time made that trip one I will never forget. Rob and Dave are awesome guys who love to have fun themselves, but also love to see other people enjoy the backcountry and develop their own high-altitude riding abilities. You simply couldn't ask for better guys to ride with. Rob offered to take us to a secret location right behind his shop, so we knew the terrain was going to be incredible. Arctic Cat set us up with a whole fleet of 2017 prototype M8000s, and we supplied the winners for what was no doubt going to be a ride they could have otherwise only dreamed about. I think the thing that makes the Dream Ride contest really interesting, and one of the best I think the industry's ever seen, is the sheer number of interesting and cool things you get to be a part of if you win. In terms of what Dana and Justin should expect from a day like today, if there's one thing I know, it's that Rob and Dave are entertaining both to watch ride and to listen to just talk. So I think that they're going to have a blast in that respect.
So I heard a lot about Rob. Rob's a pretty popular guy. I guess he's pretty easy to talk about. I've heard he's a bit of a mad dog in terms of hanging it out in the sled and whatnot. So riding with the both of them, it's pretty funny. They contrast each other really, really well in terms of their personalities and riding style. So being in the midst of that was pretty cool.
From watching YouTube videos and SnowTracks TV and stuff, I've seen Rob and Dave before, and it always looked like it was a good time.
Meet Justin and Dana today, and you know, they showed up at the shop, and very respectful guys, and you know, they were glad to be here. Seemed like good guys right off the get-go. You know, you always have guys that tell you they ride so many miles in the mountains, and you don't know what to think until you get them on the trail. And
because we had Justin with us, who was a relatively new snowmobiler, avid snowmobiler, but less experienced and hadn't ridden off trail almost at all, we knew we had to start in a location that was going to be conducive to him learning how to ride a mountain sled. So Dave took us to a perfect spot.
Taking, you know, people we don't know, people from back east, you know, out riding, it's we've done it enough now that we've kind of got it figured out where we've you know, take them to an area that, you know, offers a little bit of everything, you know, a little bit of trail, a little bit of boondocking, you know, a little creek crossings, you know, and so it works well. You can kind of evaluate how good they are, you know, right off the get-go.
we felt like we could just get out in the powder and start ripping some turns right away with the guys, and they were all about it. There was no whining, no nothing. They just took it all in and loved it. And
so I'm coming off of a 2006 F7 Arctic Cat. It's completely different. I can't even compare the two. Like, I wouldn't even call them both snowmobiles.
Perfect day, nice deep snow, over the hood snow all day. And it's neat that we're riding new stuff.
I thought it was really cool that both Rob and Dave wanted to take this opportunity to help Justin and Dana become better mountain riders. So they split up in pairs and went out on the hill.
First hour, I would say, it was a straight struggle for me. I was fighting the machine and trying to, you know, make stuff happen that wasn't happening. And then after a few tips from Dave, it's been cleared right up, and I'm really starting to get the hang of it, I think. But definitely a workout for sure. So it's pretty awesome. Got myself stuck pretty good a few times.
Just in 30 minutes, I can see a big progression, a big improvement in their riding, and they're starting to get these cats figured out. And
the expectations that I had for coming out here were, you know, that I was going to work really hard, and it was going to be a rough day, and that I probably wasn't in good enough shape. And I figured that watching, you know, Rob and Dave, that it would make me want to try some of this stuff, and that I had to, you know, curtail my riding so I didn't get myself in a lot of trouble.
Good guys to ride with. Can't ask for much more than that. Dave and Rob have been more than helpful and taught me so much already in the last few hours.
Winning a contest like the Dream Ride contest is a pretty special thing if you think about it. We had thousands upon thousands, tens of thousands of entries. So for two guys to be picked out of all those entries, that's pretty impressive, and that's a pretty special thing for them to be a part of. It was very apparent to me that they both understood that.
This whole experience as a whole, it's been unbelievable for me. This is one of those things I hadn't planned on doing until I, had enough money. I'm 21, and for a 21-year-old in school to be able to come out in the mountains and ride with some of the best guys in the industry, it's to say the least, it's extremely honored and feel blessed to be out here.
Overall, it's been a great trip, and very thankful for SnowTracks TV, Arctic Cat, everybody that had any say in the sled or gave parts for the sled. I'm very, very thankful and very, very excited that I get to start riding it when we get it sent to the house.
If you've enjoyed this video and would like to see more content from SnowTracks TV, click the like button and subscribe to the SnowTracks TV YouTube channel.